Hello, welcome back to Roadcraft. I'm HeadX, and this is HeadX Roadworks. Well, last time around, we started working on this road. We've got our sand laid. There's a few spots that may need to be fixed and patched up later. But for now, I think we are pretty well good to bring the paver and the roller down and get that rolling. Hello, Miss Lisa. So let's go find, where did we park those? Should be on one of the Zixes. Aha! First time go. All right. Hey, JL. Welcome, welcome. How's road building going? Road building just started. We're about to bring this down here and start paving. Now, one of the many things that I have learned over the course of Roadcraft so far is to let the AI do their part first, and then go do my widening, because once it completes the road, it's going to tear it up where I want to widen it. If I leave it just sand, it'll be just fine. Who won the raffle? Well, the initial draw was our same winner from last week. So I did a redraw. I let Google pick out of the remaining numbers. That individual was unavailable, so I chose somebody who has not won a raffle yet and really is fairly new to the channel, which would be Steel. I have not heard back from him yet, but he usually pops into the stream, so I'm sure he'll pop in tonight and we'll converse about it. Kind of strange that it went through 3 people first. Come on. There we go. Alright. I need to do something real quick. There we go. All messages. Where in the world did my chat go? My chat just disappeared off my screen. There we go. How's the Hollow Essence week? Well, we just typically do a regular Halloween, so just one day, not a whole week. Yep. See, they really fixed that, didn't they? Even the AI can't seem to get through it. Few spots that are going to need a little touch up there. Yeah, wow. But when they pushed through the thing for this, they got rid of, you know how the paver used to phase through stuff. They got rid of that. So it doesn't phase through it anymore, and so it's back to catching on every little twitch. Come on, get past it. There you go. Yeah, I just want it to get through to the end here. We'll let it finish its part, and then once that's done, I can go through and fix the areas that need to be fixed. Starting to adapt to the DaVinci Resolve. Myself, I don't really have an editing program right now, JL, because I just had, being just on the PlayStation, it's got its Share Factory, which does editing, and that's pretty much about where my editing lies right now. All right, we will enter this guy. We will get him sent on the way, and then once that part's done, then we can fix the areas that need fixing. Hey, RXY. Yeah, happy Halloween. For me, days just kind of all blend together, you know. One holiday is the same as the regular day next to it, so I tend to forget about what the holidays are. Here too, yeah. Yeah, see, some of these areas where it just didn't flatten out at all are going to need some serious sand work. But we can get this part done. And then I can go back through and dump some more sand and do some more flattening in certain areas. All right. Now we can see what we got to fix. We know right in pretty much from this point to this point. So we're going to place a couple of markers here. And I want these to be markers that are not going to disappear on me. There. And there. That's the area that we got to work on. Lots of sand. Lots of flattening. Pretty much even across where we paved, we're going to be pouring. Really laggy? Looks good over here. Yeah, looks good on my phone here. There's always that little bit of lag that you get when the game saves. Oh, that's why I'm not seeing sand. I gotta go over and turn the scalper on. We gotta get in this guy and fire him up. Yeah, the game itself. Well, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do about the game itself. It's not as bad as it was. And like I said, some of that's just when it saves, it gets laggy. It's the same problem you have in SnowRunner. Because yeah, if you remember, SnowRunner does the same thing. Every time it saves, it gets really laggy like that. Yes, I do. Was just playing last night. That I'm going to put a lot of sand in this area because I need to cover up all these spots where the tree roots and stuff like that come through. Hey, Mats. How you doing? Well, I hope Rusty doesn't mind, but I'm going to steal the phrase wrench crew. Lisa is probably one of the more important members of my wrench crew. I stole that name from Rusty Champagne, so... Rusty, if you're out there, let me know. If you don't want me to use wrench crew, I won't. But I like the name, so till you say otherwise, we're going to stick with it. Nobody's paving anything right now, JL. Did you jump in? Because I got to get the, finish the road here first. Yeah, I got to finish this, getting this road area fixed and flattened first, so. Hey, Adam. I don't know why all of a sudden I couldn't even drive forward. Must be one of them bumpy spots. You're welcome, Lisa. Your game's much slower than math class. Well, we got to try to flatten that part out here, so if you want to run down there and try to flatten that. We're trying to get that area as smooth as we can. The rest of it's pretty smooth, but that area is really rough. You know that, VTech. I always build big roads. Primero, eating smash burgers while watching? Nice. Gonna move these guys out of the way a little bit here because I want to stretch that out a little bit so we got a smoother drop off from the old to the new. Route failed between the northern tunnel and the railway. So we got infrastructure, completed requests, open. Ah, I know why it failed. We will dispatch vehicles. Back out of that. Gotta move this guy out of the way. And back to our site. Where are we? Doo-doo-doo. I got lost. We're over here. Yeah, it's going to take a few passes to get that good and flat there, JL. And back into this guy. Just popping by again tonight? That's all right, Adam. I appreciate you popping in, brother. You watching the baseball game again? Doing the rounds. Go Jays. I believe if they win tonight, that's it. See ya, Adam. Says drop those likes. Yeah, struggling over there. Flattened? Alright, give me a minute and I'll pop up there and see if it's flattened to my standards. You know how I am. Yes, it could. I haven't really been watching or anything. I haven't watched baseball in a long time. Used to be something I watched with my stepdad, but I haven't watched it in decades. But I do try to keep my ear to the ground. Kind of see what I got going on here, don't you, JL? Just kind of this section right outside of here, down to the road. In the meantime, let's jump in this guy. Go see how things look. Dwayne Baker, 86. Hello. Hey, Ian. See, we'll make this look a little bit better than it did before. Looks like we might still have a couple of rough spots in here. Not as bad. Oh yeah, see, there's a spot right there. Yeah, that's got to get fixed some more. I don't know if it's just a matter of a little bit more flattening or if it's going to be a little bit more sand got to get dumped in there, but Yeah, Ian, I watched your little video you did earlier. Looks like you, me, and MJ are all working on that same contract there. I got the stuff dropped off to the northwest one last night. I'm getting ready to do the northeast. I got to get my wooden planks. Just going to swipe those from the houses. Have the Adam bring them up. Which might be a mistake given the terrain. But that was my plan before I seen the terrain. So that's the plan I'm going to stick with. Hello, Steve. Slowly getting the jobs done. Mm-hmm. You quit? Is your game stuttering too bad on you? Too laggy to be playable? Alright, well, thanks for the help that you put in. Going too slow, speed up. Building good roads requires slowness and precision. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Still got some pretty gnarly stuff right there. Wow, you can see it from here. That looks pretty rough right there. Oh yeah, that's just not going away either. That's going to require a lot more sand on top of that. But again, I'm going to take care of what I've got to, and then I can narrow it down and do that one. Gotta go? Alright, JL. You have yourself a good night, man. Let's get this guy backed up out of the way a little further. Might need a bit more right there too, where that wet looking spot is. We'll try pushing it the other direction after I go this way a couple more times. Alright, let's go down here, turn her around, back to sand flattening, and push it this direction. Looks like it's getting ready to rain again. He says as the first drops hit. Kids in bed, you can enjoy a cheeky beer. I've really got to kind of blame this on you there, Ian. I stopped on the way home tonight and picked up a 6-pack of Stella. I think I might have a new favorite. Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. Oh, we seem to have gone through there that time a lot smoother than what we had been. Alright, let's see how the paving goes. Oh, no, 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 don't you dare. That was almost a boo-boo. Glad I was off in the sand when I did that. See if the paver's happy with it now. I'm going to go with barely. It wanted to get crazy. Ah, the sun will come out tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Alright, let's go up here, finish that part off. Looks like we should be good. So now we can finish getting this thing to its final dimensions. Oh, that's absolutely fine. She is more than welcome. She likes to play SnowRunner. Never hurts to put another name in the raffle. No, it never hurts. She's more than welcome. Come on. You can do it. Looks like I just killed the dead pine. Or put it in a permanent state of tilt. Hot and sunny there. Yeah. You know, when I drove truck, my favorite thing to do in the wintertime was to get the runs down to Dallas. VTech. Adding too much? Just keep on the heart? Nah, I got it, VTech. You know how I am with my roads. Oh, see? There's some of that hard stuff again. Ain't even a bump in front of me. Drive on asphalt, put some on the side. Yeah, the big problem, VTech, is you don't have the control with these things anymore. When they did their pushed out the expansion, they screwed with the paver again, so it catches on everything again, like it did in the beginning. So it's just not as easy to control anymore. Easier road making. See, like there's absolutely nothing rough in front of me, but it doesn't want to go. I hate the cold and the damp. Well, Ian, at least you don't live in Michigan. It's damp year round, and it goes from cold and damp to hot and damp. See, that's what I usually try to do is put the exhaust right on the edge. But when it's uncontrollable, it's hard to keep it where you want it. Come to Poland, always dark, cold, and rainy. I think I need to go back to the Sinai Peninsula. I enjoyed that. A way nicer looking road. Too many years driving trucks and abusing your body so the damp hurts. Oh yeah. Come on. Get through there. right back. I gotta take Wolf out. Nice. Yeah, I got Sam's just laying here at my feet, passed out. We get home from work and he likes to play really hard. Which I don't mind, because then when I get on here to do the gaming, he tends to sleep through most of that. Then I get done, let him back outside, and he comes in and we play some more. Alright, we're going to drive this guy back to the other end because he's going to be needed down there. We'll get that part paved and then we'll finish flattening the other stuff because I don't know how much JL got done of it, but pretty sure it wasn't enough. Yeah, it's still safe even if the press says it isn't. Yeah, well, that's pretty much what the news does anymore, is they just fear-mongering. Push the fear. Make everybody afraid to go out of their homes. That's how you control them. Yeah, press lies too much. You can say that again. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll roll this stuff out, and then I'll finish getting that flattened out. Ah, that's right. Got to turn it back on. Alright guys, topic of conversation. It's Halloween. To steal a line from a certain movie we all know and love. What's your favorite scary movie, Sydney? Scary movies. Stephen King fan? Oh, I love King. See, look at that. You can still see that one spot right there. Just will not flatten out. I don't know what in the world is under that. We got 60,000 tons of sand piled on top of it. Want you to fear going to places. You've been lucky, driven all over Europe to the so-called dodgy cities and never had a problem. Christine, yeah, Christine is probably one of my favorites. That and the original Pet Cemetery. Here's a little fun fact about Stephen King and his novels. Every one of his novels leads to the Dark Tower. You know, you read them as a standalone and you don't think about it, but when you start thinking in context of the Dark Tower, you can see where every one of them leads you to the Dark Tower. Which I'm sorry, Hollywood killed the movie. I was very disappointed in that movie. A lot of people don't. I read it in, there was, you know, the little excerpts that the authors put on the back cover and stuff sometimes. I can't remember which book it was on, but it was one of the excerpts that was on the back there where he had mentioned it. And then it's crazy to go back and reread some of those books with the thought of the Dark Tower in mind, and you just see the book from a whole different perspective. Would have to say it's your favorite. Oh, It is your favorite? Yeah, it's pretty good. In fact, I seen a ad. I don't know what channel it's coming to. They're doing a TV series called Dairy, where it's like years later, and you know, oh well, some pretty crazy things happened here in the past. Nobody talks about it. The one with Tim Curry in it scared the daylights out of you. After watching that movie while stoned years ago, you haven't watched a horror movie since? Well, I mean, it would be pretty frightening having people stone you while you're watching a movie. We'll just pretend that we don't all know what you're talking about. Well, we have a road. And soon we'll have a continuation of the road with an entrance to the driveway. Hello, David. Hell's Highway. Only in between those two markers. Rest of this came out pretty nice. Area up between them two markers is just horrendous. Steele, did you get my message, sir? Good, good. Yep, especially right there. If you look to my left, you see the little wrinkles in the road? They do not want to go away. They will, eventually. The trees shedding that stuff all over my road. Leaves and needles and it's looking good. Thank you, sir. I tend to go a little extra wide with my roads, and I tend to be real meticulous about trying to get them as flat and smooth as I can. Sometimes it might be a little overboard. Helping all to chill and fall asleep. Yeah, driving the paver around and the rollers and stuff, doing the road itself, not exactly the most exciting thing ever. The next drop of Expeditions is the last release, and they're not going to do any more for it. I can kind of see him bringing it to a close. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can really do with the Expeditions. Yeah, it shouldn't have any problems on a flat road. No, but the AI drivers, you know, they're kind of not the most intelligent AI in the world. They should call them AU, artificial unintelligence. Now, I'm not going to worry about going all the way up and down the road over and over to get all of these wrinkles out. That's just not very exciting gameplay. The AI are bullies. Yes, they're bullies, but they're not very smart, especially the morons and vorons. I am going to have to circle back to get the rest of this section here that's not getting flattened. Yeah, this section of road between these two markers just irritates me because it does not want to get flat. Maybe sometime if I'm bored, I'll come out here on my own and fix that. Something about this map has just been real hard to get good roads on. Because my other roads over here were kind of messed up too. Whereas all the other maps, I was able to get them nice and flat and smooth. And oh, looks like I should have got a little bit further. Spot right there. There we go. Alright. Let's get in this guy. There's a lot of work left to do over here. You got a good start in. Yeah, he did a pretty good job getting it started. Don't have the patience for that. Do what's needed, let the AI do their thing, see what happens. Apologize for not messaging back sooner. It's been a heck of a day. Oh, that's alright. I figured you'd pop in tonight. See that one spot right there just to my left? Right as we're looking at it? That's gotta go. Alright, looks like just that one little area. Uh-oh. I got the fence. Didn't mean to get the fence, but it happened. Posted a message in Discord. Alright. That looks pretty good. So... Well, at least completing the road itself should have gave me a little bit more percentage on the map. I'm just trying to cover in this sandy section here. You know, if you're going to rebuild the infrastructure, you need to rebuild the infrastructure, not just part of it. Kind of like I did on Sunken, filling in that parking lot. That was a lot of fun. And you guys that didn't get to see that one, you missed out. But you can always go back and watch it later. Lots of sand went into that hole. Come on. Get up there. Hit it again. Michelle, good evening. Yeah, a little bit of Roadcraft. Of course, it's a little harder to craft roads on this map. Sand is extremely lacking. Come on. What are you hooking up on now? Your imagination? This is not Imagination Station. Uh-oh, getting ready to rain again. I've got several spots marked out for bridges around the map here. I've got them all set up as being concrete bridges, but that means I have to go collect the concrete. You know what? Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. I need to refill my beverage. So hydrate. Drink them if you got them. If you ain't got them, go get them. All right. Pavement's so good a passenger plane can land on it. Good, because you never know when they might have to make an emergency landing. See, you got this entryway up here. If somebody gets hurt on the site, they can land a helicopter in there to airlift them to the hospital. Ah, good, the rain is stopping. See, some guys prefer to roll the roads in high gear because it still rolls it and makes it look like it's done and does it faster. I like to do it in slow because you get rid of a lot more of the bumps. To get a perfect road, it would take a lot of time. Usually more time than most people are willing to put into a video game. Another 6.5 hours and we'll have this section done. Okay, maybe not 6.5 hours, but it'll feel like 6.5. So I got a guy at work that was telling me that he watches a bunch of videos and stuff on SnowRunner and Roadcraft and things like that, but he hasn't gotten to play any of them. Told him, I said, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and buy it. He sits around and plays other video games all day long. Spend some money. He's just telling me about it yesterday. He said he's been trying to find spin tires but can't. And I told him, I said, yeah, I says, I don't think anybody has it out there anymore. It's a great seal on Steam for SnowRunner. That's when you picked it up. Yeah, I think he does play on PC as well. So $16 for the base game in year one. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I paid when I bought SnowRunner. I got it for the base game $19 on Amazon. Brandon Goodwin, howdy. And then I've just bought. I bought the year 1 and 2 pass together, which was like another $30. And then the rest of it I've just been buying them as they came out. First time you've seen this game? Nice. Well, I hope I do it justice. Looks neat. Yeah, you've got it's not just building roads. You've got little objectives to complete where you go pick stuff up, run power lines, stuff like that. All right. So you can see up there, that's one of my bridges I want to build. That runs right next to that rickety bridge that nobody wants to drive across. So I got one there. Like I said, right next to that one. The idea in this is to avoid that, which will link you up with this section that takes you all the way over to the coastal base and also to the sawmill. And then I have one going over top of this broken part here that I want to do, just because driving across that is hazardous to your health. And one here along next to the railroad. And we got another one over here. I thought there was one more. That's 4. I thought I had 5 of them laid out that I wanted to do. Maybe not. Those are the bridges I want to do, but I got to collect all the concrete and get it turned in and made into slabs. Let's see what objectives we got. We have no side objectives. 2 main objectives left. Establish a sustainable energy supply. We've already started this, so we may as well track it. And infrastructure, electricity. Okay, so we need to connect. Open. Yes, an active source to that power line. And we have an active source up here. So I need to get my cable layer over there. Which I think my cable layer is here. Alright. So now I gotta lay my put some markers out so I got a good route. We're gonna delete these markers. Don't need them anymore. Nah, we're not going to do that. We'll stay on the road. I'll turn off here, though. Can't get around that. Yeah, I can. Out this gate. Over here. Bed's calling. All right, Ian. Have yourself a good night. All right. We'll just put the next marker past the intersections. Oh, well, that's going to be a nightmare to cross. Unless I can get through over here somewhere. Where are we at? I'm going to delete this one. Marker limit reached. All right, well, we'll get to that point and run the rest of them from there. Of course, this guy's going to take a minute to get there. Thing's a tank. Well, kinda. It's the same body as the Pioneer bulldozer. I don't know if you've seen that. I'll show that to you here real quick. See, same main body as the bulldozer here. It's just got a different attachment on it. Gonna take off? All right, Lisa. Thanks for stopping in. We'll catch you later. Be sick to have it in real life? Yeah, it would. Even just to park it in your front yard and never use it. Just park it there and say, ha! I got this and you don't. Off-road monster. Never get stuck in the snow. Probably gonna end up taking out part of this fence. There we go. That'll allow me to get through there. Don't tell Sergey. He likes those little trees. Because eventually they grow up to be big trees. Come on. There you go. Turn. But there is one problem with tracked vehicles in this game. They don't like to turn while going uphill. I think I'm going to go down here and go over. I don't want to get stuck down in there. Tuz 420 would do it. Well, yeah. But then again, the 420 doesn't have a big cable reel sticking out the nose of it. Yeah, that Tuz is a great little scout. Never have to worry about being stuck with that thing. Could weld one on. Yar's pretty beefy too. Dwarfs the C. Yeah. The CK is not that big of a truck. The Yar's good in everything but snow. And oddly enough, where do you first find it? On a snow map. Alright. I'm going to change the direction of my route just a little bit. We're going to take this. I got to cross a rickety bridge no matter which direction I go. But if I cross this one, then I've got my sand road that I made going through the quarry on the other side. Used it in a moor. 1 liter a minute and 200 liters of fuel is insane. Alright. Low range. Probably would have been smarter to teleport it back to the tunnel exit base. Than trying to drive across one of these. Oh! Well, guess what? We're teleporting back to the tunnel base. Never happened. Never happened. See? It's dry as a bone. It's clean. We're clean now. All right. At least it's down low. They need to work out your washing off vehicles method. Hey. I mean, look how clean and shiny it is. The sunlight's reflecting off of it and everything now. I don't know if it is or not. I have not really checked to see what the achievements for Roadcraft are. But drowning 10 vehicles sounds like something I could do. Did that on the Michigan map. Before you ever left Black River. Oh, I gotta be careful. I got a route that still runs through here, so I gotta make sure I don't head on them. Which is why I make my road so wide. Even just the sand road is wide enough that I can pass oncoming traffic and not have to dodge off the road. See that episode then? Actually, I don't think I did. I was watching one the other night where I had popped in and stuff, but I had popped in on RDJ's side of things. And so I've been rewatching it from your view. It was like a 3 hour and 20-minute stream or something you guys did. Where was it? That thing. The delivering the construction rig semi-trailer and stuff to the oil refinery in Smithfield Dam. That episode. That's the one I believe when I first found you and RDJ was I was watching you guys do that one, like I said, from his perspective. That was your first stream of SnowRunner? Your side was like 7 hours. About the 4-hour mark, you jumped over to his map and helped. Nice. Yeah, when I first started playing SnowRunner, you know, I bought it because I was kind of in the mood to play something that I thought looked a little cheesy. You know, every so often you just want to play a cheesy little game. So I picked up SnowRunner because if you look at the cover, it looks like it would be a cheesy little game. So I picked that up based off of what I seen on there and started playing it. I figured, I'll give it about 20 minutes and see what I think. Started playing, and 7.5 hours later, I was still standing up in the same spot playing that game. Standing for 7.5 hours. Yeah. And I've been hooked on it ever since. Here we are today, 5 years later. Just about, I didn't get it till like August of 2021. Come on, disappear. It's going to make me drive on top of it to disappear. I was going to sneak up through there and not have to run trees over, but... oh well. This might be a better route anyhow. Don't have that big rock. Been watching RDJ streams of it. Told me he wasn't going to play, has done it in real life and seen it enough. And yet, here you are. Yeah, I drove truck commercially, and then I also drove truck in the military. In fact, the truck I drove in the military is where my name comes from. It was the M1070 Superhet. Designed for hauling the M1 Abrams and anything and everything that you thought you could put on that trailer would go on that trailer. Well, here's my power source. I'm going to get away from the building a little bit here. And hopefully, I don't know what the radius is. Good, 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 good. Stupid rock right in my path. Come on, turn. Again, they don't like to turn going uphill. Sorry, little trees. You're in the way. See the finish line right there. Objective complete. Establish a sustainable energy supply. Got the pumps are running. They're draining the water. Alright, what do we got here now? Objectives. Get water samples. Still the only thing there. Ah, my map's upside down. Alright, let's see now. We're going to track that. Deliver vehicle, huh? So we need to get into the vehicle. So we got to find where this vehicle is. Well, at least we just have to go for a drive. Might be a bit interesting getting to these locations. Alright. First one. Cut through the rail yard. Cross the bridge. Hang a right. I have not taken this road yet. May as well do it on a mission, right? Get that one. There we go. That's the one we want. Looks like the way out. Actually, I didn't need the object scanner. I want the release button. Release. Detach. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad little route. It's going to need some sand dumped in it to make it useful. Yeah. Pretty much only useful for going down to the machine yard. No. Because that only goes north. Oh no, wait. That is what I want. I'm going to fix that too. P16 just decided it needed a nap. You aren't trying to tell me that you just flipped the P16, are you? Those are hard ones to flip. All right. Now I got to get over there. Alright, well, we're going to place a marker right there because that looks like that's where I got to go down at. Ooh, good. The cloud's moving. Haha. There we go. Of course, it's... Well, may as well delete those. Completely missed both of them. Ah. Alright, that's enough of that noise. Oof. Now those beautiful roads. Right through the middle of nowhere. Boron, bowhead, bridge layer. This might be needed. Alright. That's out there. Okay, we've got a road there. There's a road there, too. Kinda, sorta, halfway. Let's try it. Did I just turn the wrong way? Of course I did. Risky? No risk, no reward. Besides, I got a Voron around to pull me out if I need to. Voron with a crane. Ah, look at that. Piece of cake. That wasn't even that deep. I mean, maybe if you got off that path where the tire tracks were, it probably gets pretty deep. Have to head out. Amanda's about to start her stream. All right. We'll catch you later, Steel. Give Amazing Amanda my best. I will see about stopping in when I finish up. Okay, where's the other ones? One up there. And the other one's further up than that. Doo-doo-doo. Huh. That looks like I want to kind of spin the map back around the correct direction here. So we are going to do this same deal in reverse. There, there, then there, over to there. Back out to the road. Down to here. Across the bridge. And, ooh, getting down to that's going to be fun. Oh, piece of cake. All right. Let's see, now we want to go to the left of that tree. Now this is gutsy. To do it from in cab. It's harder to see what you're driving on. I think I missed that one. No, maybe not. You'd be stuck immediately in real life. That might have been... Depends on your tires. With this truck, yeah, you'd be stuck immediately, most likely. I mean, it is a Super Duty. Can't tell me that's not a Ford. Ooh, that thing's blinking blue. That's scrappable? Nice. I wonder what kind of money, what kind of quantity and steel beams I get for that. Oh, not that. Well, I know what I'm stuck on now. Every snow runner's bane. Ah, I hit the wrong button. Can't park there. Why? It's not like anybody else is using this road. And there's our turnoff. See, that didn't take long to get to. Just want to stick our nose in there. Oh, I'm not in far enough. There we go. They really wanted you to get in the water on that one. Get out of the trees, and then we'll figure out where we're going for that last one. Alright. Where is it? It's up in the clouds. Of course it's up in the clouds. Okay, so that's there. Flip my map back normal here. So it's there. I'm where? Over here. Ah, there it is. But you know what? We're going to save a few of those. We'll just teleport back to the coastal base and go from there. That'll just make it a little bit easier to track where we're headed. Yeah, I'm not driving that thing across that. So we are definitely going this way. To there. And then into there. Ish. Heavy on the ish. Yeah, at least you can remove the tree stumps. That's nice. Mod vehicles? No, there's not a whole lot of mods for Roadcraft yet. In fact, there's more maps than there are vehicles, and most of the maps are kind of like one guy's got one. I think he calls it Kranga or something like that. Basically, you're playing Jenga with cranes. Kind of a rather interesting idea. You, sir, cut that corner a lot sharper than you were supposed to. I'm guessing there's going to be several more objectives that'll pop up after I complete this, because it was only like 50-something% complete starting this one. And the only thing we've done is we completed the road, completed the electricity, and now this. And you can't get me to believe these three were going to be like 40, 41 or 42%, whatever it was that I had left to do. Bridge will probably open a new area. Maybe. I don't know. Now, one thing that does kind of stink is these vehicles in here only have a front or a rear winch point for connecting your winch to. So if you flip, it is a royal pain in the patootie to get yourself back upright, because you can only connect to the front or the back. I hate driving across this thing. It's almost worse than a small vehicle. Come on. Yeah, that's not going to hold. Maybe it will. Come on. Throw it low. Reduce some wheel spin. See if that does me any good. Nope. Wrong button. Well, I see the circle. Little circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Of course, there's no winch points in the middle of that, so you just got to kind of slog your way out to it. Oh, good. Now we got to take the vehicle to another location. Let's delete that marker. To the water treatment plant. Aha! But that's easily doable. Roadside base, and then down. Ooh. How about that? Interesting. Good detail in the maps? Oh, absolutely. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is the bad thing about the scouts. Alright. Really? You dirty, rotten little. And nothing to winch this guy onto. You dirty, rotten little. Alright. Those guys are both out. That one's out. Well, you're definitely not an epic. The epic wouldn't be so bogged down already. Come on. Be a good little Zix. Creative rescues. That's what it's all about. Past it. One before that. F-250? Yeah, that's what I would figure. Super Duty. The Super Doo-Doo. Look at that. 1700 XP, 6100 cash. See, I knew it would give us another one. Connect water treatment plant to the power grid. However, that will be a job for next time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, please feel free to share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll know when I go live. And tomorrow we have our raffle stream, followed up by some more SnowRunner after that. Back into Season 16. So we will see you next time. Subbed? Thank you very much, Brandon. I appreciate that. Look forward to seeing you in the future.